First, let's see the headlines. MP Bimola Koizam calls for stern actions to protect Manipur from communal forces. MP Laisemba Sana Jaubar raises issues of national highways of Manipur in the parliament. Landslide stranded vehicles on National Highway 37. And one rifleman of 3rd India Reserve Battalions commits suicide. Hello, welcome to ELITETV and you're watching Primetime English News. Now the news in detail. The Government of India is responsible for defending Manipur and must take stern action against communals and divisive forces that have wreaked havoc in the state. In Manipur, MP Ngomcha Bimola Koizam said on Wednesday in the parliament. Raising the issues during 0 hours in the Lok Sabha, the Congress MP said divisive elements as well as foreign power and illegal immigrants were disrupting peace efforts in the state that has been facing a crisis for 14 months. Peace efforts have been made and there was an agreement achieved by 2 communities in the district of Jeribam, mediated by the security forces. Unfortunately, they were subverted by the communal, divisive and the sectarian forces, Koizam said. He said that the Government of India has a historical, political, moral and the legal responsibility to defend Manipur as an entity that existed before the commencement of these constitutions as stated in the Schedule 1 of the Indian Constitution. In the instruments of occasion signed by the then Maharaja of the state on August 11, 1947, the defense of the state was handed over to the Government of India. And therefore, the governments of India must take stern action against these divisive forces aided by the foreign elements, he said. Koizam said there is a need to take necessary steps to delineate citizens from non-citizens. I appeal to this House as well as the Government of India to make sure that Article 19 works in the states of the Manipur and the people have the capacity to move freely on the highways as well as the territories within the state. It should not be restricted because one belongs to one community or the others, the MP said. Article 19 refers to the rights to the freedom of expressions to assemble peacefully and arms without arms, to move freely throughout the territory of the India and other rights. The MP from Manipur also urged the governments to ensure the safety of the properties of the displaced peoples. Properties of the internally displaced people must be protected. There have been images of the houses being blown up and villages being wiped out in order to subvert the peace process. Once you destroy the village, you can't go back. The Government of India must take immediate action to ensure properties of the displaced peoples are protected in Manipur, he said.
I think the Government of India must take stern action against these communal divisive forces which have created havoc in the state for the last 14 months. I would like to remind the Government of India and this House that the Government of India has a historical, political, moral and legal responsibility to defend Manipur as an entity that existed before the commencement of this constitution as stated in the Schedule 1 of the constitutions. And in fact, in the instrument of accession signed by the Maharaja, the then Maharaja of the state, on 11 August 1947, the defense of the state was handed over to the Government of India, and therefore the Government of India must take stern action against these divisive forces aided by the foreign elements, and we need to take necessary steps to delineate citizens from the non-citizens, because we have foreign elements and illegal immigrants which are creating havoc with these divisive elements within the state. And I appeal to this House as well as the Government of India to make sure that Article 19 works in the state of Manipur and people have this capacity to move freely on the highways as well as territories within the state of India. It should not be restricted because one belongs to one community or the other. And in the end, I would like to conclude with this remark that the properties of the internally displaced people must be protected. There have been images of houses being blown up and villages being wiped out in order to subvert the peace process, so that once you destroy the villages, you can't go back. This has been happening. I think the Government of India must take immediate actions to ensure that the properties of the displaced people are protected in the state of Manipur. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Manipur MP Laisemba Sonajauba has raised the issues of the national highways of Manipur in the ongoing monsoon sessions of the parliament. Raising this as supplementary questions during the parliament's session today, Laisemba Sonajauba urged the central government to take off more effective efforts to improve the deteriorated roads of the National Highway 37, Imphal-Jiribam roads, and National Highway 2, Imphal-Dimapur roads at the earliest. He reminded that these two national highways are the lifelines of the Manipur state. It should be improved. The present construction works on the two national highways are too slow. This resulted in many inconveniences to the peoples and the transporters of the state. He drawn the attention of the transport ministers and other officials to immediate improvements of the two national highways of Manipur.
So the ongoing construction works along the two national highways, that is National Highway 2, Imphal-Dimapur Road, and the National Highway 37, Imphal-Jiribam Road, are very slow, and the present condition of the two national highways are particularly bad. Sir, what step will be taken up by the ministry to expedite the ongoing construction work and improve the two national highways at the earliest? Thank you, sir.
Honorable Minister.
Honorable Sir, already works are awarded, but we are facing very crucial law and order problem in your state. The people are not allowing the contractors to work. I have a special meeting with your Honorable Chief Minister and your officers. Sir, we are really facing a lot of problems. Some of the cases are there because of law and order situation. There was a lot of crucial and very sensitive problems. I will request you personally, with the cooperation of Honorable Member of Parliament from Manipur and the Chief Minister and the State Administration, let us resolve the issue and allow us to work. And before that, we will take preventive measure that how we can maintain the road. But one thing where I need your cooperation, that how we can implement the contract, because contractors are facing big losses and therefore we are facing problem of compensation. So by your cooperation and the cooperation of administration, state administration, we will resolve the issue. Please cooperate us. We want to committed. We are very much committed to complete this project.
The women folks of the Imphal district demanding immediate replacements of the central forces deployed at different places of Imphal, including Sabungkok, Sana Sabi, Thamna Pokpi, Itham, Moirang Purels, Santi Kongbal, Yangang Pokpi by State Force have launched blockades at Imphal Uklur roads with effect from today. They charge that the central forces deployed at Imphal are irresponsible in siding at the Kuki militants since the eruption of the present crisis. Numerous Marapibis assembles at Lamlai Bazaar and blocks the Imphal Uklur roads. In this regard, one Marapibi called the RK Sumila Devi, Secretary Lamlai Apunba Marapibi, said that their agitations will continue until and unless the demands are met. The road blockades will cover all movement of transportation except media, school, college, essential commodities and medicals. She added that Sabungkok, Sanasabi, Santi Kongbal, Thamnak Popi, Itham, Moirang Purels, Yangang Pokpi are the worst violence hits areas of the districts. The Kuki militants frequently attacks the above-mentioned villages from nearby hills using bombs and other sophisticated arms. Recently, the Kuki militants attacked the said villages on the nights of the August 3. The central forces who deployed at the area did not retaliate at the Kuki militants. They did not take any action against the Kuki miscreants. Instead, they blamed the villagers and the Marapibis of the area. They stopped entering of Marapaibis and village volunteers. They even stopped the locals media to cover the news of the incident. This shows that the central forces are one-sided. So we do not like them. They should be replaced by another state forces, she added.
Imphal Ukhul ki Sombung Lamkai Hana Kamera from Madani, Zima from Masida, Lakai, Si, Tomaton, Malakai, Imai Bills, Marapavis, Yama Tolakana, Imphal Ukhul, Kilambi, Timbagi, Manira, Fangi, High Well meeting Bagi Ponganga, see how to go to the Ahungi Midanga, the Kensina, in Popiki, Mafam Simda, Landara Kibagi, Adu Hanavan Mitari, Marida Pamiva, Kundasi, Apunda Bifamana, Lilkiva, whatever happening, Pagi, Funipangi Manunga, Mafam Singer, still Center forcing a Sibu, Local View, Natrabadi, Panipangi Matunda, Atando Hongkong, Sansalagani, Havidi, if Ukuru, Lambi, Sit, Lagani, Harifam Singer Sida, Pagi, Lambi, Stella Diva, Pagi, Queen Singi, My Bell, Sing Club, Nahar, Sing, Mating, Pangu, Sokopi, Highway, Matuna, Pagi. Asi tarik tarik hari benar sida kogi hari berlambi asi kogi kunjasing amadi Marapaibis sing nam thola aduna kogi red zone single lady ba jar regiment sing lokok piu aduga red zone sing da kogi state forcing marang kaina matik chana thambiu haiba kogi banner makhada lekai kaya digi imai bel Marapaibis sing nam aduna mayam sing tholok tuna lambi thingbagi ami adu koi uba fangi
Dom akoi punjal laga akoi thongkhong akoi punjal laga mafam sida akoi balase tawmina banet akoi na tawjai ba balase ki maramdi akoi na ngasi Manipur da asyamna awaba mayam misi mina to iba dagi thinari ba lala sida akoi gi Assam rai phanna ngasi akoi bu akoi gi damakta di hanna yengida ba aduga kuki gi damakta makoi na koi keno dongna ching dongna lepaga leigiba asina maram oiraga akoi hoji sabungkok sana sabi yang kupi asomda leiriba certain posting se gi mahutta akoi gi state force oina thambiu haibagi khongjangdani akoi ngasi changjang jariba balase aduga hoji wari sanari hai adu wari sanaba sida akoi gi yanaba ama porokti phauge akoi gi khongjanga se hanto oi haiba wafam se thamjari akoi refugee oina leire akoi karino akoi maitai mutat pigega mutat piro akoi loina hato piro akoi loina hato piro akoi isana yajare aduga akoi hujik jinga tena da leiriba ichilina jinjina awaba ji khangba ji ubada akoi leiba ngamdre akoi awaba akoi lanang de haraga su akoi moina lan changi do akoi gi sarungne akoi moina awaba ji yengba ngamdaba na ngasi akoi na mamang da su kaya sarkar da haijarabni tabi ba ko leite ngasi ba aduna akoi ngasi deidi akoi na changi ba khongjang ase waroi silama purak pirba phawba numit tarani oju kunni orjo akoi khongjang je chidagi hena akan ba changsilakpa yai haiba je akoi na press ke kuthangda sarkar gi pungin chinchinna loina na kanjari
Hojene lejari mafam asi Imphal East ki manung chana leiba Yanganpopi police station makdani haukiba August ki tarik ahum gi numidang da thokkiba thodok turga mari leinana tarik mari da famkiba bagi lamlai AC gi MLA yauna famkiba warip ki famkiba mifam amagi warip ki matungina bagi mafam sing asida Yanganpopi Thanangpopi amadi Thana Sabi hariba jaga sing asida leiba center forcing asi state forcing sin bagi lawgiba warip adugi saruk ama oina ngasi asi khoigi Imai Bell singna khoigi mafam kaya dasu khoigi hariba warip adu huji phawa thabak to onthokri haiduna lambi thingba sing haukhre aduga iroinana hariba police station amaksida su huji khoigi jat regiment gi commanding officer amadi Imphal East ki SP lamlai AC gi MLA amadi khoigi khunja sing volunteer representative sing yauna punna mafam asida huji irambasi gi matangda manungda huji makana khanai nabagi thabak adu jathari hariba khana leinabasi kari karamba warip sin porakpagi haibadu bagi khana basi loiraba matungda kari karamba warip loropagi haibadu mayam puna ngaiminasi.
Meanwhile, from reliable sources, the agitations of the road blockades on Imphal-Ukhul Road has been temporarily suspended after holding meetings at Yanganpopi police stations in the presence of local MLA KH Ibomsa Singh this evening. In this regard, the deputy commanders of the Lamlai Kendra village volunteers forces, Biren Kumar Moirangcha, says that the agitation of the road blockades on the Imphal-Ukhul Road demanding replacements of the central forces deployed at Imphal districts by state forces is temporarily suspended. These developments came after a public meeting held at the Yanganpopi PS in the presence of the local MLA K.A. Chibomcha Singh. CO of Judge Regiments, OCs of the Yangangpo PPS, SP Infal East, K. Mega Chandra Singh's additional SP, leaders of the village volunteers, and Marapabis attended the meeting. The local MLAs assured the public that the governments will convert the demands of the public into actions within a few days. Following these commitments, the agitation of the road blockades on the Infal-Ukrul roads is temporarily suspended. If the governments do not show significant works, then the agitations will resume, he added.
Panis district SP yaure, additional SP yaure, adagi mafam jibu oriba jat dizimen ki CEO yaure. Moi jingduga koi wari sanare, ada wari sanaba kanduda koi bhab taminaba ama lae. Ada bhab taminaba ama lae, aduna masi thokrisi kai ginu haida irang sinadi masi je wada bamta yaudre to. Amuk kai hana wari bana. Sing hali tana nungi kapi bahum daleri bu sing sini abu hena waris sab subham zatkham khangdabi adagi ngahale raga nungi makon tabi kedobi sigi mayam sina sigumba maraktadi apen bapen dabai si mayam ama leiba tabanina moina su hek sigumba si tawhalli hingbidi haibagi pen dabadu lakpa aduna belel volunteer force di kendra sigi wena adugumba singduda awaba singdu mating pangbugi wena leibanina when highway banji company. Aduna, Sima Banji Kobukan, Obusida, quite unare, the guy so Yading. I am Gapam to Tonuba, Toggerage, having it Hazabas of Pizare, and the Valuna, quite cool districtness in the say, quite a hello and Lebanina. Moinasu, no item, I'll cool bantoni had a high cool district bantoni high. A quite a noise, so soon she never live in a day. Sumain to we know having a single suit. I am labor.
I could give Marie Naba, Department Sing Amadi Marie Naba, Kanosina, Madugi, Respol, Hybidi, I could the Kariguma Kutam Changam, the Pirukta Badagi, Nasing a Sima, Tang Taret, Agaski Tang Taret, Asida, Aquina, Lamlike and the village voluntary force na, Lamdam Chida, Lebiriba, Myra Paibi, Adagi Club, Adagi Organization Sing. Civil society organization the kusam naduna tang tare lasi aikoina shut down togjabani tegumasung aikoina ayuktagi shut down hokibagi maram iroina na aikoigi lamdam sida lebiriba aikoigi kai khunaraba MLA adagi SP adagi yangang popigi OC aibadi makoi singna lingbirakuna lamlai kendra village voluntary force ka unadaba yade nakoiga wa tanaraga nakoina pami badu thabak so onthonabagi matang da khanaji hena takpirapagi matungina lamlai kendra village voluntary force ki lusingbasing amadi kainogi palengi lusingbasing maira paibi lusingbasing youth organization singi lusingbasing ga loinana aikoina yayong popi police station da unnabagi thorama makak pangthokhi thorama duda aikoina ningiba pandam haibadi aikoina taliba objection du Tabak to Ontoklani, Haina, MLA Nama DSP na, Habadi Marile Nova Bivaxina, Okum Pibira Pugimatungina, Equina, Nasigi, Lamlai Kendra, village voluntary force na, Asigum Lava, luxury ba shut down Tobi Kunjangachi, Nasigi Dagina, Makoina, Tabak Torpagi, Kudong Chaba Lobo Oina, Equina, Nasi Dagina, Matamkara suspend Togjare.
Hojik lejer bahumasi kogi sabun ko kunjau haiba mahum madani masing asima kogi lamlai kendra village volunteer force na force ki makhada kogi changsin lamba Infal Ukhul lambi thingbagi khongjang adu ngasi kogi Yangangpo police station da kogi Infal East ki SP additional amadi kogi Jat regiment gi kogi commanding officer amadi lamlai kendra gi MLA yauna kogi village volunteer force ki representative sing amadi mara paibi sing khun ngakpa sing club organization sing mihut sing yauna kogi kupna khananina matungda kogi parja singna pamliba adugumlaba hariba kogi Yangangpo thana popi amadi sana sabi hariba akoibna mafam sing sida nomai kapsalakpa kogi militant singna satharakpa dugumla pamnaba thodok sing adu makhata na tholore habigi thajaba pirakpadagi kogi hariba lambi thingbagi khongjing asi kogi laingakna aiba thorang sing adu lokhalakpa phawbagi oina ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯝ ꯈꯔꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯈꯣꯡꯖꯪ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯍꯟꯗꯣꯛꯆꯔꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯋꯥꯐꯝ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯚꯤꯂꯦꯖ ꯚꯣꯂꯨꯟꯇꯤꯌꯔ ꯐꯣꯔꯁꯀꯤ ꯃꯥꯏꯀꯩꯗꯒꯤ ꯊꯝꯂꯛꯄꯒ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯅ ꯂꯝꯕꯤ ꯊꯤꯡꯉꯝꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯏꯃꯥ ꯏꯕꯦꯜꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯗꯨꯁꯨ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯃꯐꯝ ꯑꯁꯤꯗꯒꯤ ꯃꯌꯨꯝ ꯃꯌꯨꯝꯗ ꯍꯟꯅꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯂꯝꯕꯤ ꯊꯤꯡꯕꯒꯤ ꯈꯣꯡꯖꯪ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯅꯨꯃꯤꯠ ꯈꯔꯅꯤꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯍꯟꯗꯣꯛꯆꯔꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯈꯣꯡꯖꯪ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯍꯟꯗꯣꯛꯂꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯚꯤꯂꯦꯖ ꯚꯣꯂꯨꯟꯇꯤꯌꯔ ꯐꯣꯔꯁꯀꯤ ꯃꯥꯏꯀꯩꯗꯒꯤ ꯊꯝꯂꯛꯏ ꯍꯤꯔꯝꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯗ ꯚꯤꯗꯤꯑꯣ ꯖꯔꯅꯦꯂꯤꯁ ꯂꯣꯌꯥꯒ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯅ ꯄꯥꯎꯗꯝꯖꯔꯤꯕ ꯕꯤꯁ꯭ꯋꯖꯤꯠ ꯑꯣꯏꯅꯥꯝ ꯁꯕꯨꯡꯈꯣꯛ ELITETV News.
The memorial stones of the 5 martyrs of the Phayeng Imphal West who sacrificed their lives for the integrity of Manipur in defending the attack of Kuki narco-terrorists were unveiled today in a function held at a Phayeng Konsang. The 5 memorial stones were constructed under the initiative of the Peace and Protection Committee, Chakpa Phayeng. Angom Jiten's President Peace and Protection Committee, Chakpa Phayeng, the TH Somarendro coordinators Kokomi, KH Atauba spokesperson Kokomi, RK Sunita Devi co-convener Imagi Maira, and Toyai Kulakpa Phayeng Awang Laibung, A Bora Jau Kulakpa Phayeng Maka Laibung, Angom Gozendro chairpersons Phayeng GP Administrations Committee, and Biren Singh former MLA Sekmai SC, and A Laibak Chow President's Phayeng Apunba Umang Committee were on the dais. Speaking on the occasions, Angom Jiten said that the guns fight between Meitei and the Kuki narco-terrorists is still going on. We should not retreat until we defeat them. We should not enter the battlefield if we are fear. He added that Chakpa Phayeng, being at the border of the Kuki villages, is one of the most violence hit areas of the Imphal West. The residents of the Phayeng were attacked by the Kuki militants from the very beginning of the conflicts. Some village volunteers of the Phayengs are still doing duty at the border. At least 5 village volunteers of the Phayeng were sacrificed their lives to defend the attack of the Kuki militants so far. The construction of the 5 memorial stones of the martyrs of the Phayeng indicates that the Kukis were so worse. This will tell the future that the Kuki communities are so worse. The government should end the present crisis, which had lasted 15 months at the earliest. The centers should replace some rifles by another central forces so that it can resolve the prevailing conflicts, he added. Floral tributes were offered to the memorial stones of the 5 martyrs in the occasions.
Piriga lady post with the Sina Pamude, the same Repa is at the Kalese, Nazia Target, Ilumi, Togang, the Sina lady, the Ipatana, she will get like a figure, a community targeted. Central portion of Topiro, a quick Irepachi Shiba, is at the Shiba, Ipuru Yamam lady, is in law Yamam lady, Lady Basuma, the same the Tengana, I'm talking about Gaikulung Sabado, no. Whom you manunga, Sagasi, Sumbu, Jambum, the Sagashimo. Sangan again, Sansa Lagaco, laying again, I begin to rather, I want to lay
Hogi Sargana di Mojuka, Honaba, Honori, the Yamtuna Lushambanga, Namno Honagi had a simple happening on time.
Mashidi, Haban Pagi, Mina, Wahamala, the Bakumala, Haribo Port to the Equina, Bakum du Matixano, Kumzagazu, don't even Kamachina, Karabaki, Sahima, Kamana Kari lady gave us the community and Kumbira Magani.
Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh on August 6 stated that members of the Manipuri diaspora in Bangladesh are safe. This news comes as a relief to many in Manipur who have been concerned about their relatives and communities members abroad. One Manipuri called Sudhir from the Bangladesh has informed that all the Meiteis, Meitei Pangals and the Bisnu Priyas are safe, and Biren Singh stated. He added that the governments would take necessary steps to support the Manipuri community in Bangladesh. It's a good news to hear that they are safe and sound, and I pray to the Almighty God for their safety. The government will do whatever possible for the Manipuri diaspora in Bangladesh, he wrote on the microblogging site X.
अखोई बांग्लादेश की नो अखोई मैथी सिंह कमाई तौरीगे मैथी मैथी बांगल मैम दो ꯏꯁꯣꯔꯅ ꯄꯤꯕꯤꯕꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯨꯡ ꯏꯟꯅ ꯅꯨꯃꯤꯗꯥꯡ ꯐꯥꯎꯕꯗꯤ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯀꯤꯕ ꯃꯑꯣꯡꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯂꯩꯔꯝꯃꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯅꯤꯡꯅ ꯁꯟꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯟꯗꯤꯔꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯥꯟꯗꯣꯞꯀꯨꯝꯕꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯄꯣꯂꯤꯇꯤꯀꯦꯜ ꯂꯤꯗꯔꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯣꯏꯒꯦ ꯑꯅꯤꯃꯛꯀꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯌꯥꯅꯕ ꯄꯨꯔꯛꯑꯒ ꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕꯁꯤ ꯊꯣꯛꯂꯔꯣꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯃꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯗ ꯊꯥꯖꯕ ꯊꯝꯃꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯆꯦꯛꯁꯤꯟꯅꯗꯤ ꯂꯩꯅꯔꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯊꯣꯏꯗꯣꯛꯄ ꯊꯣꯛꯀꯗꯕꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯂꯩꯇ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯏꯪꯊꯕꯒꯤ ꯃꯑꯣꯡꯗ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯂꯩ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯀꯦꯌꯥꯔꯇꯦꯀꯔ ꯒꯣꯔꯃꯦꯟꯁꯨ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯅꯨꯃꯤꯗꯥꯡꯗ ꯁꯦꯝꯕ ꯂꯣꯏꯒꯗꯕꯒꯤ ꯃꯑꯣꯡꯗ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯂꯩꯔꯦ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯁꯦꯝꯕ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯂꯣꯏꯅ ꯏꯪꯊꯅꯔꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯂꯝꯕꯤꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯦ ꯕꯥꯕꯨ
ꯌꯥꯝ ꯐꯔꯦ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯐꯔꯦ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯐꯥꯎ ꯑꯁꯣꯛ ꯑꯄꯟ ꯀꯩꯁꯨ ꯊꯣꯏꯗꯣꯛꯄ ꯂꯩꯇꯦꯀꯣ
ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯐꯥꯎꯗ ꯑꯃꯠꯇ ꯂꯩꯇ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯃꯩꯇꯩꯁꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯑꯃꯠꯇ ꯂꯩꯇ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯂꯩꯔꯦ
ꯃꯩꯇꯩ ꯄꯥꯡꯒꯟꯁꯤꯡꯁꯨ ꯀꯣ
ꯍꯣꯏ ꯃꯩꯇꯩ ꯄꯥꯡꯒꯜꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯩꯇꯩꯁꯤꯡ ꯕꯤꯖꯦꯄꯤ ꯏꯆꯤꯟ ꯏꯅꯥꯎꯁꯤꯡꯁꯨ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯀꯅꯥꯁꯨ ꯁꯣꯛꯄ ꯈꯣꯠꯄ ꯂꯩꯇꯅ ꯂꯩꯔꯦ
ꯕꯤꯁꯅꯨꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯌꯥꯁꯤꯡꯁꯨ ꯁꯣꯛꯇꯦꯀꯣ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯐꯔꯦ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯐꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯅꯣꯏ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯑꯦꯅꯤ ꯑꯔꯖꯦꯟꯁꯤ ꯂꯩꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯄꯥꯎ ꯊꯨꯅ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯃꯣꯕꯥꯏꯜꯁꯤꯗ ꯐꯣꯟ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯇꯧꯅꯅꯕ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯁꯤꯀꯣ
Thank you, Babu.
ꯏꯁꯣꯔꯅ ꯆꯥꯟꯕꯤꯁꯅꯨ ꯏꯁꯣꯔ ꯈꯨꯔꯨꯝꯁꯤꯀꯣ ꯑꯣꯀꯦ ꯊꯦꯡꯛ ꯌꯨ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯗꯣ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯍꯪꯖꯔꯛꯏ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯗꯣ ꯏꯁꯣꯔꯅ ꯆꯥꯟꯕ ꯑꯣꯏꯁꯅꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯛꯏ ꯍꯥꯏꯌꯨꯀꯣ
ꯍꯣꯏ ꯄꯥꯕꯨꯡ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯨ ꯇꯥꯔꯦ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯔꯦ ꯄꯥꯕꯨꯡ
ꯐꯅꯤ
ꯄꯥꯕꯨꯡꯅ ꯁꯣꯏꯗꯅ ꯇꯧꯖꯔꯛꯀꯦ ꯄꯥꯕꯨꯡ
ꯑꯣꯀꯦ ꯃꯪꯒꯣꯜ ꯑꯣꯏꯌꯨ ꯏꯁꯣꯔꯅ ꯆꯥꯟꯕꯤꯕ ꯑꯣꯏꯁꯅꯨ
ꯈꯨꯔꯨꯝꯖꯔꯤ ꯄꯥꯕꯨꯡ
ꯈꯨꯔꯨꯝꯖꯔꯤ ꯐꯔꯦ
Massive landslide triggers by continuous rainfalls in the past 3 to 4 days in the states has caused severe disruptions on National Highway 37, leaving several vehicles stranded since yesterday. The landslide occurred in the several places in the early hours of August 7 and 8 near the Nungma, Kaimai and Santi Kunao areas. The landslide brought down a significant amount of debris, including rock and mud, completely blocking the highways and trapping numerous vehicles, including passenger buses, trucks and private cars. Passengers have been stuck on the national highway for more than 24 hours with limited access to water, foods and other essential supplies. Local authorities and the NHIDCL are working around the clock to clear the debris and restore traffic on the vital routes. Heavy machinery excavators has been deployed, but the ongoing rains are hampering efforts. And now let's take a short break. Keep watching for more updates.
Dengue haibasi ayuk nungthila yamna chikanba Aedes kauba kang makhalamana chikpadagi kang da yorakpa mahikna sandokpa laina makhalamani. Dengue gi layong singdi arum kan hoba kok yamna kanna chikpa saru sayang chikpa mit ki manung thangba sarukta chikpa naba fauba kok ngauba oningba chaning thakingba faudaba puk lengkhatpa marak ta khong hamba mai ngak thabak na chingba saruk singda lai thokpagum mapak tholakpa gyan mangba amasung wanthaba asina chingbani khare hena lusinba layong singdadi naton chin amasung yarida I thokpa yawi hairiba symptoms sing asi thengna birabadi khudakta rims na traga jenims ki microbiology department da chatpiduna blood test thokpiyu dengue dage khoina ngakthok chanana bagidamak ayuk nungthil gi matam dasu mosquito repellent coil amadi vaporizer sijanabiyu ayuk nungthil tumbada kangkhal khanbiyu ayuk nungthil gi matamda kangna chikpa ngamdanaba achonba firol setpiyu yumgi akoiba luna nana thamba iram nala sengdoktuna ichel lehengadabani ising yokpa patra makhum chetna khumduna thamsi chayol khodingi ising haidoktuna anoba sindoksi sizinnadraba hundoktuna thamba patra sing chapu akaiba plastic cup kaukta asina chingba sing leitanaba phumjinbiyu natraga mai thadokpiyu sizinnadraba tire sing thamba tarabasu ising tungdanabagi damak hutokpiraga thambiyu Leigi gamla de yauba ising chayol khudingi haidoktuna anoba sindokpiyu yumgi manung amasung akoibada leiba ising thamba ising tungba yaba kollik drum reservoir na chingba sizinnadrabadi mathak makha onthoktuna thambiyu karigumba dengue na naba thoklabadi ningthina pothabiyu ising amadi mahi marang kaina thakpiyu ka henjilakpagi khudam urabadi khudakta doctor tanabiyu aikhoi punna dengue dagi ngakthok minarasi Pauzenjariba, Directorate of Health Services Amadi National Health Mission Manipur.
Gear up for the future with Quantum University. Write your success story with our new age programs that shall be amongst the top 3 most rewarding careers in India and across the globe in the next decade. One of the reasons why Quantum is a leading private university in India is these world-class partnerships, which makes it stand out among the rest.
Sigi hai ba hiya che charu de si charu go to si kara tin jiban famam le de ko tejibu awon le kai mai bam inao si wai nga tani si pathari je ko wai de tara dum patha dong ne ai tari la kon ji loi tai ai tani ta da ba sigi hida sigi maming je kibu ka go lo wi ba ko kaching ko gi ha jo ma ka ga inao ja de lo ye ha chai da to kha ya dana adon chai gim ne ha da hap dong ne mo ma sang yoi din a chi dum chai ni am da ta de ko gi Kura kado, adu di chai badum chiye. Wahik to mana puk to ne ba. Adu manam hato bodarga we. Sigi hai ba hiya che charu de si charu go to si. Kara tin jiban famam le de. Pung cheng cheng na chi de. Ai charu ji bu pa mu ye ba di. Jam pha ba hida ni da hada ki hida ji di.
Welcome back after the break. Moving on with one rifleman of 3rd IRB presently posted at a strong room guard's DC Tower complex has committed suicide today at his room. As per report, he was identified as MD Jafar Ali, 52 years, son of late MD Yashuf Ali of the Sangayung Farm, Part 1's Nungpao Bazar Mamanglekai, and his rifleman's numbers is 119458. He was allegedly killed by himself using his service guns at the strong rooms at around 8:40 a.m. Upon hearing this information, the teams of the Tower Police along with forensic science came and collected the dead body and subsequently brought at the Jennings mortuary. In an extensive operations aimed at securing vulnerables, recent security forces conducted search and area domination exercises in the hills and the valley districts. The operations were carried out on fring areas, yielded significant recoveries in Mayai Kaitels and Irom village, Tobal district. The arsenals uncovered included one INSAS light machine guns with 3 magazines, one INSAS rifles with 2 magazines, one AK-56 rifles with the magazines, one country-made 9mm pistols with the magazines, one .32 pistols with the magazines, 113 live ammunition rounds, and one Bofang handheld communication set. Authorities are continuing their vigilance and operational activities to ensure the safety of the inhabitants in these districts. And induction programs of the students of the first semester's BA or BSc of the academic sessions 2024-25 of the GP Women's College in Falls were held today at the Central Hall of the college. It was organized by the Internal Quality Assurance Cells, GP Women's College. Hizam Romi Devi, Principal, GP Women's College, Dr. M. Vidyasagar, Head of Physics Departments, and Dr. Akwazam's Nirmala Devi, Head of Botany Department, graced the occasions as chief guests, presidents, and guests of honor, respectively. Many students and teachers of the college took part at the program. A book entitled as Advanced and Introductory Micro and the Macroeconomics, written by Dr. Kagembam Arundas, Assistant Professor, Economics Department, YK College, Wangzings, was released today at the mini conference halls of the college. It was organized by the Internal Quality Assurance Cells and Research Committee, YK College, Wangzing. Professors Himanta Moirangtam, Head of the Department's Economics MU, Dr. Swaibam Giri Singh, Principals, YK College Wangzings and retired professors Nong Maitel Manik Chan Singh, YK College, graced the occasion as chief guest, presidents and a guest of honor, respectively. Dr. Waikom Kumar Singh's retired associate professors of the college spoke about the book. After Sheikh Hasina exits from Bangladesh amid violence protests, bodies of more than 20 leaders of the Awami League and their families members were recovered across the country. Violence in the Satkhira claims the lives of at least 10 people on Monday as houses and businesses establishment of the Awami League leaders were vandalized and looted, according to the Dhaka Tribunes. At least 11 people, including 5 teenagers, were killed in the Kumilla by its mobs, while 6 were killed in a fire set on former councillor Muhammad Shah Alam's 3-story building. Miscreants on Monday attacked Alam's house after some people climbed to the 3rd floor, as per eyewitnesses, following which they were burned to death. The attacks also injured 10 people, of which one of them was undergoing treatments in the ICU. 4 people were also killed in a fire that was set on the house of the MP Safiqul Islam Simuls. Bodies of 2 leaders of the Awami League's youth wings, Jubo League, were recovered. In Bogra, a mob hacked 2 Jubo League leaders to death, while on Monday, locals found 6 bodies from the house of the district Awami League Joint General Secretary Suman Khan. The crisis in Bangladesh is still critical as death tolls surpasses 400. Hundreds of the Hindu houses, businesses and temples have been burned and vandalized since Sheikh Hasina's resignations. For ELITETV News Channel, contact to the email address info@elitetv.in or 9402890982 and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channels or follow on Facebook page, Instagrams and X for more information about the channels. Before we wrap up the headlines, once again. MP Bimola Koizam calls for stern actions to protect Manipur from communal forces. MP Laisemba Sanajoba raises issues of national highways of Manipur in the parliament. Landslide stranded vehicles on National Highway 37. And 1 rifleman of 3rd India Reserve Battalion commits suicide. Well, that's all for today's episode. Thank you so much for joining with us and have a great night.